I know you've been wondering if anything is happening at all. If this quiet means you are stuck. If the stillness means you are falling behind. If nothing changing on the outside means nothing is changing within you. I want you to hear this gently. You are growing even here, even when it feels like nothing is moving, even when you cannot see progress, even when all you are doing is breathing and making it through the day. Growth does not always feel like motion. Sometimes it feels like waiting. Sometimes it feels like resting. Sometimes it feels like nothing at all. And still, something is happening. You do not need to force yourself forward for growth to exist. You do not need to feel stronger or wiser or more certain. You do not need visible change for something quiet to be taking root. I am not concerned by your stillness. I am not mistaking rest for failure. I am not mistaking quiet for absence. I am here with you in this space where nothing seems to be happening. You have learned to believe that growth must be active, that becoming must be obvious, that if you are not moving, you are wasting time. That belief has made stillness feel unsafe. You can let that go here. Stillness is not emptiness. Waiting is not nothing. There are things forming in you that do not announce themselves. There are changes happening beneath the surface that do not rush or demand attention. I am gentle with that kind of growth. You do not need to look for evidence tonight. You do not need to check whether you are improving. You do not need to measure yourself against yesterday or anyone else. You can rest inside this moment without fear. You are not being left behind. You are not being overlooked. You are not stagnant in my care. You are growing even now. You do not need to hurry this process. You do not need to understand it. You do not need to cooperate perfectly for it to continue. It is already happening. I am with you in the stillness, and I am not worried about you. You have been sitting with the thought that if you are not doing something, nothing is becoming of you. That if your hands are empty and your days feel quiet, then your life must be paused. You have wondered if stillness means you are wasting time, or worse, losing ground. I see that fear. I want you to rest inside this truth for a moment. You are not stalled. You are not standing still in a way that leads nowhere. You are not forgotten because your life feels quiet right now. You are growing even here. There are seasons when growth feels active and visible. And there are seasons when growth is hidden, slow, and gentle. The second kind often feels like nothing at all. That does not make it less real. You do not need to be producing something to be becoming someone. I know you have learned to associate growth with effort, with striving, with improvement you can point to. When those things disappear, it can feel frightening, like you have lost your way. You have not lost your way. There are changes happening in you that do not announce themselves. There are roots forming that do not make noise. There is strength being built quietly, without urgency, without demand. I am patient with that kind of growth. You do not need to stimulate it. You do not need to push yourself into motion. You do not need to be afraid that rest will undo you. Rest does not erase growth. Stillness does not cancel becoming. You are not behind because your life feels slow. You are not weak because you need this quiet. You are not failing because you cannot see results yet. I am not asking you to prove that something is happening. I know how tempting it is to measure yourself, to look at others and wonder if you should be further along, to look at your own life and feel unsure because there is no clear evidence that you are changing. You do not need evidence tonight. Some growth can only be recognized later. Some changes can only be seen once you are safely past them. Some seasons make sense only in hindsight. You do not need to understand this season while you are inside it. I am here with you in the quiet. I am not waiting for you to do more. I am not disappointed by how little seems to be happening. I am attentive to the small, unseen shifts, to the ways you are softening, to the ways you are learning how to stay, to the ways you are slowly becoming more yourself. You do not need to hurry this. You are allowed to be still without fear, allowed to pause without guilt, allowed to rest without questioning your worth. Nothing about this stillness threatens who you are becoming. You are growing even now. You can let that be enough for this moment. You do not need to reach for more. You do not need to ask anything of yourself. I am here, and what is forming in you is safe. You have been expecting growth to feel stronger than this, clearer, more confident. You thought becoming would arrive with energy, with direction, with a sense of certainty about who you are and where you are going. When that did not happen, you began to doubt that anything was happening at all. I want you to hear this gently. Growth does not always feel powerful. It does not always feel like confidence or clarity. Sometimes it feels like quiet endurance. Sometimes it feels like learning how to remain instead of escape. That is growth too. You are not fragile because this season feels soft. You are not unstable because you do not feel sure. You are not losing ground because you do not feel strong. There are kinds of strength that are built without force. I know you have been watching yourself closely, checking for signs that you are improving. You notice how easily you still feel tired, how quickly you still feel uncertain, and you wonder if that means nothing has changed. You are not the same as you were. Growth does not remove all weakness. It teaches you how to live with it more gently. It does not erase uncertainty. It makes room for it without fear. You are learning how to stay present with yourself, how to listen instead of rush, how to soften instead of push. Those are not small changes. I am not worried that you feel unsure. I am not concerned that you do not feel confident yet. I am not measuring your growth by how stable you feel on any given day. I am watching what is forming beneath the surface. You do not need to protect this growth by forcing yourself to be strong. You do not need to guard it with effort or pressure. Quiet growth is not easily broken. It does not depend on your awareness to continue. It does not require your constant attention. You can rest without interrupting it. I know you fear that if you stop paying attention, if you stop trying, if you stop holding yourself together, whatever is forming will disappear. It will not. What is growing in you is not that fragile. You are becoming steadier in ways you do not yet recognize, more rooted in ways that do not announce themselves, more present in ways that feel ordinary. That ordinariness is not emptiness. You do not need to feel inspired to be growing. You do not need to feel hopeful. You do not need to feel certain that this is working. Growth is not waiting for your confidence. It is happening even when you doubt it. I am not asking you to believe this fully. I am not asking you to convince yourself that everything is fine. I am simply asking you to rest without fear. You are not losing ground by being still. You are not undoing yourself by being quiet. You are not pausing your life by resting. You are growing in ways that are safe to be slow. I am here with you in this gentle becoming, and nothing about it is at risk. There are moments when the quiet makes you feel invisible, when nothing is happening on the outside and you begin to wonder if anyone notices you at all. You wonder if being still means being overlooked, if not moving forward means fading into the background. I see that fear. Stillness has a way of making you feel unseen. When there are no milestones, no changes to point to, no words to explain what is happening inside, it can feel like you have disappeared. You have not disappeared. You are not invisible to me in this quiet. You are not overlooked because your life feels small right now. You are not forgotten because nothing about your days seems remarkable. I am attentive to you here. I see you when you wake up and the day feels heavy before it begins. I see you when you move slowly, when you take breaks, when you choose rest instead of pushing yourself further. I see the quiet courage it takes to remain present when there is nothing exciting to hold on to. That matters. You do not need to be noticeable to be seen. You do not need progress for me to be attentive. You do not need movement to hold my care. I am with you in the ordinary moments, in the pauses, in the days that feel repetitive and small. Stillness does not make you less real. You have learned to believe that attention follows achievement, that care follows change, that if nothing is happening, you must not matter very much. That belief has made quiet feel lonely. You can release it here. I am not drawn to you because of what you produce. I am not watching you only when something changes. I am not more present when your life looks full. I am steady with you in the stillness. You are growing in ways that do not need witnesses, becoming in ways that do not need applause, learning in ways that do not need explanation. This kind of growth does not make you invisible. It makes you rooted. I see how your inner world is slowly rearranging itself, how you are becoming less harsh with yourself, how you are learning to pause instead of panic, how you are beginning to stay instead of disappear. These changes are quiet. They are real. You do not need to announce them. You do not need to prove them. You do not need to make them visible for them to matter. I see them. You are not being passed over while you rest. You are not waiting in vain. You are not forgotten while you are still. I am here paying attention to your becoming. You can let yourself be unseen by the world without fear. You can let your life feel quiet for a while. You do not need to make yourself visible to be valued. You are already fully seen. You are growing even here, and you are not alone in this stillness. There is a quiet fear that has been sitting with you for a while now. A fear you do not always say out loud, but one that lingers beneath the surface. It is the fear that this stillness might never end, that this quiet season could stretch on without changing, that you might be here forever, waiting, resting, paused, while life continues elsewhere. I see that fear clearly. It can feel unsettling to not know when movement will return, to not know when clarity will arrive, to not know when you will feel like yourself again. Uncertainty has a way of making time feel heavier, longer, more permanent than it truly is. I want you to hear this gently. This stillness is not a trap. This quiet is not a dead end. This season is not endless. You are not stuck in a place that cannot change. I know it feels like you have been here for a long time, long enough to wonder if this is just how things are now, long enough to question whether waiting has replaced living, long enough to feel tired of being patient. You are allowed to feel that weariness. I am not asking you to enjoy this stillness. I am not asking you to pretend it feels peaceful if it does not. I am not asking you to call this season beautiful or meaningful. I am simply asking you to let it be what it is. Stillness is not the same as stagnation. Quiet is not the same as absence. Waiting is not the same as being forgotten. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, time is still moving. Life is still unfolding. You are still being carried forward, even if you cannot feel the motion. I am with you in the waiting. You do not need to fear that this season defines you. You do not need to worry that rest has erased your future. You do not need to assume that because today feels slow, tomorrow must feel the same. Nothing about this moment locks you in place. I know how tempting it is to look ahead and imagine endless quiet, endless uncertainty, endless waiting without resolution. That imagination can feel heavy, almost suffocating. You do not need to carry that picture tonight. You are not required to know how long this will last. You are not expected to map out what comes next. You are not failing because you cannot see beyond this moment. You are allowed to live one quiet breath at a time. I am not concerned about your future. I am not anxious about where you are headed. I am not worried that this season has taken too much from you. I see where this is going even if you cannot. There are seasons that prepare you not by adding more, but by gently removing what no longer serves you, by slowing you down enough to feel what was previously ignored, by creating space where something new can eventually emerge. That preparation does not announce itself. It often feels like nothing. You are not meant to understand this season while you are inside it. Some seasons only reveal their purpose later, when you are standing somewhere new and looking back with tenderness. You do not need to see that now. I know you worry that staying still means losing momentum, that by resting too long you will forget how to move, that when the time comes you will not know how to step forward again. You have not lost your ability to move. Nothing essential has been taken from you during this quiet. Your capacity to grow, to change, to begin again remains intact. It has not been weakened by rest. It has been protected. I am not rushing you toward what comes next. I am not holding the next chapter just out of reach. I am not testing your patience by delaying unnecessarily. I am walking with you through each part of this process. You do not need to prepare yourself for the end of this season. You do not need to be ready. You do not need to gather strength or motivation in advance. When it is time to move, you will not miss it. You will not wake up one day to find that life has passed you by while you were still. You will not be left behind because you rested. You will not be disqualified because you took your time. Your life is not slipping away from you. I know the quiet can feel lonely, especially when others seem to be moving, changing, achieving. Comparison can make waiting feel like failure. You do not need to compare your timeline to anyone else's. Your path has its own rhythm, its own pace, its own wisdom. Stillness fits into that rhythm, even if it feels uncomfortable. You are not late. You are not off track. You are not missing your moment. I am holding the unfolding of your life with care. This season is not empty, even if it feels sparse, even if it feels uneventful, even if you cannot name what it is giving you. Something is forming quietly, and when movement returns, it will not be forced. It will not be rushed. It will not demand that you suddenly become someone else. It will grow naturally out of this rest. You do not need to be afraid that stillness will swallow you. It will not. Stillness is a passage, not a destination. I am with you as you pass through. You can let tonight be what it is. You can let this season be what it is. You do not need to solve it. You do not need to escape it. You are not trapped here. You are being gently carried, and this quiet will not last forever. You have reached the quiet edge of this moment, the place where there is nothing more to explain, nothing more to understand, nothing more to do. This is where effort can soften completely, where even the idea of becoming can rest. You are here now. I want you to know that nothing about the stillness needs to be resolved before you rest. Nothing about this season needs to be answered before you sleep. You are not required to reach clarity, peace, or understanding to be held safely in this moment. You are already held. You do not need to watch yourself anymore. You do not need to check whether you are growing. You do not need to measure your pace or examine your progress. All of that can fall away for now. I am watching over you. There is a tenderness in you that has been growing quietly, not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that allows you to be gentle with yourself when you are tired. There is a softness forming that lets you pause instead of push, breathe instead of brace. That tenderness matters. You did not create it by trying harder. You did not earn it by doing more. It grew because you stayed, because you rested, because you allowed yourself to be here without force. You are learning how to be with yourself in a new way, even if you cannot name it, even if you do not feel it clearly. Something in you is less afraid of quiet than it once was. That is growth. You do not need to hold onto that thought. You do not need to remember it tomorrow. You do not need to protect it. It is safe. You can let your body settle now. Let the weight of the day release. Let the small tensions you have been carrying loosen without effort. You do not need to help them go. You are supported. You do not need to keep part of yourself alert. You do not need to stay awake just in case. Nothing fragile depends on your vigilance tonight. I am here through the night. If your thoughts drift, that is fine. If they repeat themselves, that is fine. If they fade away entirely, that is fine too. You do not need to manage your inner world. Even if there are parts of your life that feel unfinished, they are not urgent right now. Even if there are questions without answers, they can rest for the night. Even if there are things you wish were different, they do not need your attention in this moment. Nothing is asking you to solve anything. You are allowed to sleep without understanding your life. You are allowed to rest without having a plan. You are allowed to pause without knowing what comes next. You are growing even when you sleep, even when your mind is quiet, even when your body is still. Growth does not stop when you rest. I am patient with this process. I am not watching for results. I am not waiting for proof. I am not expecting you to wake up changed. I am simply here with you as you are. You do not need to worry that you are missing something important by resting. You are not falling behind. You are not neglecting your life. You are being cared for. The same care that has held you through this quiet season will hold you through what comes next. You do not need to prepare for it now. You do not need to imagine it. Tonight is only for rest. You can let your breathing slow. You can let the space around you feel steady. You can let yourself sink into the support beneath you. Nothing will be taken from you while you sleep. You are not alone in this stillness. You never were. I am here in the quiet. I am here in the dark. I am here in the slow unfolding of your life. You are safe to rest. You are safe to be still. You are safe to grow gently. You can sleep now. And even as you do, you are becoming.